All eyes are on the Supreme Court today that is once again going to convene to hear out the matters that are related to the farmers' protest. CJI S.A. Bobde-led bench is going to be hearing a petition filed by Centre through Delhi police seeking injunction against the proposed tractor march by the farmers that may disrupt the Republic Day celebration. Farmers have made it absolutely clear that their tractor rally is going to be peaceful and there will not be any disruption on 26 January. Farmers plan to conduct a 50 kilometers long tractor protest demanding withdrawal of the three farm laws and the outer ring roads of the capital. Along with this, the top court is also going to be hearing a plea filed by Bharatiya Kisan Union Lok Shakti, seeking to remove all the three members who are presently a part of the court-appointed mediation committee. And let's bring you more on this. Ahead of the 10th round of talks on Tuesday, government has once again tried assuring farmers that the three farm laws are in their interest. Speaking in Karnataka, Union Home Minister Amit Shah stated that farm laws are going to be boosting farmers' income. The government also called for clause-wise discussion on these three farm laws. Here's the complete report.
Tariq pe tariq, but no end to farm laws deadlock. Ahead of 10th round of government-farmer talks on Tuesday, the government made fresh attempt to allay farmers' fears. Addressing a rally in Karnataka's Bagalkot on Sunday, Home Minister Amit Shah assured that Modi government's farm laws will boost income of farmers.
नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार साथ में किसानों को समर्पित सरकार है और 3 नए जो अध्यादेश और कानून लेकर मोदी सरकार आई है, इससे किसानों की आय अनेक गुना बढ़ने वाली। अब कोई किसान मजबूर नहीं है कि एक ही जगह पे अपना उपज बेचे, अपने क्रॉप को वो ग्लोबल और पूरे भारतवर्ष के मार्केट में बेच सके।
The government once again called for clause-by-clause discussion on the three farm laws, maintaining that most of the farmers and experts are in favor of farm laws.
हमारी अपेक्षा है कि किसान 19 तारीख को क्लॉज बाय क्लॉज चर्चा करें, वो रिपील के अलावा क्या विकल्प चाहते हैं, वो विकल्प सरकार के सामने प्रस्तुत करें, तो सरकार जरूर पूरी गंभीरता के साथ उनकी समस्या पर, उनकी आपत्ति पर विचार करने को खुले मन से तैयार है।
Farmers are in no mood to budge, even as their agitation nears 2 months. They reiterated their demand of repeal of farm laws.
ना हमने क्लोज वाइज चर्चा करी, ना हम क्लोज वाइज चर्चा करेंगे। 3 बिल ही वापसी का घर जाने का एक रास्ता है और दिल्ली के दरवाजे जब ही खुलेंगे, जब 3 बिल वापसी हो जाएंगे। ये सरकार बाया सुप्रीम कोर्ट हमको जो फंसाना चाहती है जाल में, हमने सरकार को जो 8 अंक होता है 8 इंग्लिश का, किसानों ने उसमें फंसा रखा है, वो निकल नहीं सकती सरकार।
Despite government's assurances, the farmers have decided to go ahead with the Republic Day tractor parade.
26 जनवरी को किसान गणतंत्र परेड का आयोजन दिल्ली के भीतर किया जाएगा। जवान के साथ किसान भी गणतंत्र दिवस पर गण की संप्रभुता का उत्सव मनाएगा। यह परेड पूरी तरह से शांतिपूर्ण रहेगी। किसी भी किस्म के हथियार, हिंसक कार्रवाई और भड़काऊ भाषा पर बिल्कुल मनाही रहेगी।
So far, 9 rounds of talks have been held, but no concrete outcome has come through. Will the 10th round of talks be any different? Bureau Report, India Today.
It is day 3 of India's vaccination drive. As per the Health Ministry update last evening, over 224,000 beneficiaries have been vaccinated so far, with over 17,000 being vaccinated yesterday. A total of 447 cases of adverse events have been reported, with most being minor cases of fever, headache, nausea and headache. Out of 3 people who were hospitalized following immunization, 2 have been discharged, 1 is under observation. Vaccination drive was held in 6 states on Sunday. States have been told to plan vaccination sessions 4 days a week. The Delhi government is soon going to be launching a campaign to get more health workers to get vaccinated in the city. So far, about 4,319 health workers have got vaccinated compared to the target of 8,100. As India rolled out the COVID vaccination program, the political war over the lifesaver vaccine continues. The Congress party has once again attacked the centre, questioning Prime Minister for not taking COVID shot. The party also questioned the vaccine cost and efficacy. Here's our report coming in.
The world's biggest vaccination program. India turning the tide against COVID. But no end to politics of pandemic. The Congress renewed attack on Modi government, asking why the PM and his cabinet are avoiding taking the jab. The main opposition also questioned export to COVID vaccine by Indian companies.
When a president-elect of United States, Joe Biden, as also many other prime ministers and union ministers, they take the first vaccine, it inspires confidence in its efficacy and lack of side effects. It is for the country's prime minister and union cabinet to decide what their approach should be. Why is export of indigenous corona vaccine being permitted when there are 135 crore Indians still waiting to be vaccinated?
The Congress party also wondered if India's poor will get the shots free.
How many people will get free vaccine? When will they get free vaccine and how will they get free vaccine? According to Government of India, there are 82 crore people who are underprivileged, entitled to subsidized food grains. There are members of scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, backward classes, BPL and poor. Why should all of them not get a free vaccine?
BJP and TMC also locked horns over 2 TMC MLAs jumping the queue in Bengal to get the jabs on the day 1 of vaccine rollout. While BJP mocked the so-called vaccine VVIPs, TMC defended the action.
আমি প্রথমেই বলি যে আমরা পশ্চিমবঙ্গের প্রত্যেককেই ভ্যাকসিন দিতে চাই, বরঞ্চ সরবরাহ দিচ্ছে না কেন্দ্রীয় সরকার। যদি তারা সরবরাহটার উপরে নিয়ন্ত্রণ রেখে দিয়েছেন, আমার এই নিয়ন্ত্রণের নাম করে তারা রাজনীতি করছেন।
একটা দল যখন আদর্শগতভাবে একদম তলানিতে গিয়ে পৌঁছয়, তারা যখন জানেন যে চারদিকের মানুষই তাদের উপর এত রেগে আছেন যে টিকা নিজেরা না নিলে তারাই দিয়ে দেবেন, ইঞ্জেকশন দিয়ে দেবেন, সেই ভয় থেকে এই নির্লজ্জভাবে নিজেরা আগে ইঞ্জেকশন দিচ্ছেন।
With political shots being fired over life-saving vaccines, do politicians run the risk of undermining the mission to save maximum lives? Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi and Indrajit in Kolkata. Bureau Report, India Today.
Class 10 and 12 students in Delhi are returning to schools today after a gap of 10 whole months. Schools have adopted a slew of safety measures as they welcome back the students. These include staggered and shorter classes, frequent sanitization, entry and exit through multiple points. Only schools lying outside the COVID containment zones have been allowed to reopen for 10th and 12th grades, keeping in mind the board examinations scheduled in May and June. However, Delhi government has made it clear that physical attendance is not compulsory and students will attend the schools only with the consent of their parents. Over 3 lakh students have registered from the Delhi region for Class 10 CBSE board examination, while over 2.5 lakh candidates have enrolled themselves for the Class 12 examination. Ahead of Tamil Nadu Assembly polls this year, Chief Minister Edappadi Palaniswamy is going to be meeting Home Minister Amit Shah today. Sources said that the Chief Minister EPS is likely to hold alliance talks with Prime Minister for upcoming Assembly polls in the state. The Chief Minister is going to be meeting Shah in the evening and is also likely to discuss the party's alliance with Shashikala's AMMK. After his meeting with Shah today, EPS will also call on Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow. In his meeting with Modi and Shah, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister is expected to invite them for Jayalalitha Memorial event at Marina Beach. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has once again laid claims to Marathi-speaking areas inside Karnataka. Uddhav on Sunday claimed that reuniting Marathi-speaking regions of Karnataka and Maharashtra would be true tribute to Marathi activists who have fought Greater Maharashtra. The Chief Minister said that his government is committed to merging areas where Marathi-speaking people are in majority. Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar also echoed Uddhav over Marathi-speaking villages in the border areas of Karnataka. These include Belgaum, which is a part of Bombay Presidency, Karwar, Bidar and Bhalki. Karnataka government led by B.S. Yediyurappa earlier asked the Sena-led government to not provoke his state by making undue demands. The Karnataka Chief Minister referred to Mahajan panel report, defended his state's claim to Belagavi. Language war erupts in Karnataka after Home Minister Shah laid foundation stone for RAF unit Shivamogga district. The inscription plate unveiled only had Hindi and English language on it, while Kannada was missing. The opposition trained its guns at the BJP, calling its move an insult to Kannadigas.
Fresh language war in Karnataka. The opposition has seen red over the foundation stone laying ceremony for Rapid Action Force Centre in Shivamogga by Home Minister Amit Shah, as the plaque commemorating the unveiling was only in English and Hindi and not in Kannada. Congress and JDS called it an attack on Kannadiga pride and violation of three-language formula by centre and BSY government.
Kannadiga betrayed by the state government also, not only central government. Okay. The responsibility, the state government, they have to take that responsibility. Okay. Even taking that responsibility, they have not taken. They have neglected Kannadigas, and I think they betrayed the Kannada speaking people.
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದದು ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲೇಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಅಪರಾಧ ಅದು. ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಅದನ್ನು ಖಂಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
Congress further alleges that the language row is a wider issue which affects the livelihood of Kannadigas.
Hindi is not the national language of India. It is one of the administrative languages, and Kannada needs to be given importance in Karnataka. This is not just an emotional issue for Kannadigas, it's also an issue that is impacting their livelihood.
Pro-Kannada organizations too opposed what they called exclusion of Kannada. The ruling BJP has refused to comment on the row amidst Home Minister's visit to Karnataka.
The opposition has condemned both central and state governments for ignoring Kannada language in an official government event. The pro-Kannada organizations too have expressed disappointment with the Chief Minister. The Kannada versus Hindi debate is likely to be taken up by the opposition in the upcoming assembly session. Nagarjuna For India Today.
Controversy over Saif Ali Khan's Tara Tandav escalates. Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has sought clarification from Amazon on its web series content today. The political thriller is accused of mocking Hindu gods and hurting Hindu sentiments. BJP and a section of Twitterati have objected to this one particular scene wherein actor Mohammad Zishan Ayub plays a stage performer appearing as Lord Shiva. BJP MLA Ram Kadam has targeted Bollywood, asking why such movies are being made. He's also slammed Saif Ali Khan for being part of such a web series and demanded an apology. 8 months after India-China standoff, the famous Pangong Lake in Ladakh has reopened for tourists. India Today is the only channel that has reached Pangong Tso Lake after it reopened. Watch this exclusive report by Ashraf Wani.
We are at 17,688 feet height on the Changla Pass. This is second highest motorable pass in the world after the Khardungla. And basically this is the gateway for the LAC. And each and every vehicle or any army movement which has to be go towards the line of actual control have to proceed through this pass. And it remains frozen not only in the winter and summer but throughout the year. At this time when it is the 6 p.m. here time, the temperatures here are minus 28 degree. So one can assess that how tough and challenging this access towards the line of control is, not only for the troops but even for the people living near line of control. We are here on the line of actual control in Ladakh, but for our viewers, this site is a unique site what we are seeing here. This is a group of Ladakh apex, are commonly known as Himalayan sheep, the wild animal, and you can see how freely they are roaming in this environment where the temperatures in the day as well as in night are declining below 20 to below 50 degrees centigrade during the night. In fact, particularly a small sunshine in the day, and these Ladakh apex had come on the road, and these sites are rare here on the line of actual control. During the heavy build-up by the Chinese army on the line of actual control and then responded by the Indian army on the LAC. In fact, these wild animals here on the line of actual control are also getting affected. Basically, this is the Pangong Lake, not only the world famous lake, but in fact the highest lake in the Himalayas and one of the longest freshwater lake in the Himalayan terrain. And the most part of this lake is already with the Tibet, which is now controlled by the China. 1/3 of this lake is with the India, and which is being guarded by the Indian armed forces. In fact, there are different fingers. Finger 1 starts from this point, then another mountain, it is finger 2, then finger 3, and the last mountain which is visible in our camera is the finger 4, where there is confrontation between Indian army and Chinese army. Basically, earlier the Indian army was not deployed on these fingers so aggressively as it is now. There was patrolling from the both armies. The Indian army was claiming up to the finger 8, which is very far from this point, and the Chinese army was claiming till finger 4. कितनी दिक्कतें आप लोगों की हुई और कितना जो नुकसान हुआ है आप लोगों का, अब सरकार ने फैसला किया है कि पेंगोंग लेक पे लोगों को छोड़ दिया जाएगा, क्या उससे कुछ फायदा होगा आपका?
अभी तक तो इतना फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि अभी छोड़ के कुछ दिन हो गए। बहुत ही प्रॉब्लम है सर। एक तो इस साल कोरोना की वजह से हमारे यहाँ बहुत ही दिक्कतें हैं, क्योंकि इस साल हमारा चाहे बिजनेस वाला हो चाहे जो भी हो, उसमें हमें काफ़ी दिक्कत आया है, क्योंकि पंगोंग लेक इस साल बिल्कुल ही बंद रहा है सर, 1 साल के लिए। अभी खुल गया तो हमें खुशी है, मगर अभी तक हमारा होटल पूरा बंद है, क्योंकि ये कोरोना की वजह से।
कोई आ नहीं रहा है?
कोई आ नहीं रहा सर।
The economy of the most of the people living in this region depends wholly and solely on the tourism of Pangong Lake. After opening, we are seeing that we are the first members, or we can say the first team which has reached this famous Pangong Lake of the Ladakh. And here it is clearly visible. We have seen the deployments of the Indian Army, but being the responsible channel of the country, we could not show those images how the Indian Army is completely geared up and in a prepared position to counter any kind of Chinese aggression, and also in the different fingers how the Indian Army has made its advances and is deploying its troops and had deployed its troops. That could be seen here but could not be shown on public television due to the security reasons. With Rauf Ahmed Ashrafani for India Today in Pangong Lake, Ladakh.
Australia has lost 4 wickets in the second innings of Gabba Test. The visitors have extended lead over 150. Marcus Harris was the first to go. Shardul got the better of the left-hander. David was dismissed 2 short of a 50 by Washington Sundar. Mohammad Siraj then got into the act, dismissing Manus, and the right-hander scored 25 as Australia lost their third for 123. The speedster picked another in the same over as Matthew Wade was out for a duck.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.